everyone, it's Miss Gardner. I'm here to read to you another story today. Today we're going to read Adventures in Reading. It's actually Margot and Marky's Adventures in Reading. Hope you enjoy it. This is Margot and her bookmark Marky. They're world-class adventurers who travel to faraway lands. They meet interesting people and learn cool stuff, and they do it all from their library. Tell them our secret, Marky says. We read books, of course, says Margot. One time Margot and Marky wanted to see dinosaurs. In a book, they found out about dinosaur meals. They even saw one of the creatures close up. It was like we were there, Marky says. A Tyrannosaurus Rex stomped through the jungle. Margot says, it was looking for something to eat. Marky and I ran. Then we ducked into a small cave. It was a close call. I can still smell the T-Rex's breath, Marky says. Ooh, can you smell his breath? One of Marky's favorite adventures was when he and Margot went treasure hunting in the classic book Treasure Island. The two of them hid aboard the Hispaniola. Those pirates were mean and greedy for gold, says Margot. There's nothing like sailing across the ocean with the wind in your hair. Arr, Marky says. X marks the spot. And you mark the page, Margot jokes. Those nasty pirates were in for a real surprise. I won't tell you what happened when Long John Silver's crew dug for the treasure. You should read it for yourself. Pretty cool. Not every book Margot and Marky read is action-packed. Sometimes learning how to do new things is an adventure. With help from your parents and a great book, we built a birdhouse, says Margot. The local birds loved it. We should build a bird hotel next time, Marky says. Or maybe even a bird city, Margot replies. Books can teach you how to do just about anything. Cooking, exercising, writing, you name it. That's the power of books. Have you ever wanted to go on tour with a rock band? Margot and Marky did. So they found books about it. Reading about real-life musicians was just like being with them. It almost felt like being on stage. My ears are still ringing from the guitars, Marky says. You don't have ears, Margot reminds him. Oh yeah, Marky says. A book about a real person is called a biography. It tells the story of that person's life. When someone writes about his or her own life, that is called an autobiography. Have you ever wished you could travel as fast as the speed of sound? Margot and Marky have. They found a book about jet planes. Remember the time we flew across the sky in a supersonic jet? Marky asks. I sure do, answers Margot. I held on tight and couldn't believe the view. Reading can be a wild ride. You jumped when you heard the huge boom, Marky says. Boom. Boys and girls, did you jump? Not sure how to speak Greek? Neither were Margot and Marky. Before their adventure in language, they found a book that taught them how to speak Greek. It was a blast learning how to write the letters in the Greek alphabet. I anagnosi είναι διασκεδάση. That means reading is fun, Margot says. Yes, says Marky, so many adventures begin within the pages of a book. We should learn Japanese next, Margot says. That would be cool. Learning about your own body can be an adventure. Margot and Marky discovered how blood moves through arteries. There are tons of books that explain how the human body works. Margot and Marky found books about the heart, the lungs, and the brain. They even found out how toenails grow. Blech. We looked at pictures and saw what blood is made of, says Margot. Reading about blood made us curious about the heart too. Books can take you from one adventure to another. Margot and Marky found a book on the human body with the help of their librarian. Remember, librarians are there to help you, so be sure to ask them for suggestions and help when needed. And I'll be there as soon as we get back to help you. Margot and Marky love movies almost as much as books. They wondered who invented movies. Before Margot and Marky knew it, they were hanging out with Thomas Edison. It's amazing how many inventions Edison created, Margot says. Margot, do you know what Edison enjoyed when he wasn't experimenting? Marky asks. No. What? Reading, Marky shouts. No adventure would be complete without reading some of the most popular children's books ever written. Margot and Marky helped Charlotte spin her famous web. They discovered life on the prairie with Laura Ingalls Wilder. They even visited Wonka's wacky chocolate factory with Charlie. We tasted chocolate grass and buttercups in Wonka's chocolate room, Marky says. Sometimes reading is like traveling to a whole new world, says Margot. Could you imagine a world built of chocolate? There are billions of books, Marky says. When you keep reading, the adventures never end, says Margot. Of course, you too can be an adventurer like Margot and Marky. All you need is your imagination and a quiet place to read. I hope you enjoyed this book, boys and girls, and I will read to you soon.